blazing sun under the umbrellas in their respective dugouts. The scoreline makes good reading as far as the Brazilians are concerned. They had the 1 point advantage, and Benjamin and Marcio Araujo also have the advantage of having the thousands of baying Brazilian supporters getting right behind them. Supreme athleticism shown by all four players so far in this match. Always tough to climb out of the sand to play these shots. Now the players, to the sound of the samba in the background, make their way back onto court for the continuation of this first set in this best-of-3 World Championship semi-final. With the final coming up on Eurosport tomorrow. Simon Golding will be along for that one. Check your listings or the teletext service or on the internet, eurosport.com, just to get to figure out exactly what time that'll be shown. With all the live sport we've got coming up tomorrow, it could just get shuffled around slightly as the match continues here on Copacabana. First point at the restart to the USA, and they're level again off the top of the net, but enough power to keep the ball coming over. $11 points all. Darryl Friesen, the Canadian first referee, just calling the players forward so play can restart. Brazilians put it up. Marcio Araujo comes forward and just lifts the ball over the head of the blocker and down into the corner. Well played, no one there to cover that one. 12-11 they lead in this sensational setting for sport. The Americans looking for the quick ball, nicely played, but wonderful reflexes from Benjamin to pick that up. It comes back again, and the Brazilians keep the point alive. No, it lands out. Oh, superb reactions from all four players, but this get from Marcio Araujo was absolutely sensational. The tip ball from Dax Holdren was enough to essentially set up the winning point. That was the punch on the ball from Benjamin, sent it out of court. They're level again at 12 points each. It'll be Stein Metzger to serve. Fires one over. The Brazilians settle. Now they come forward, and a little glance forward from Benjamin to see where his opponents were positioned on the court, and he could choose his spot. It was simple ball. 13-12 Brazil lead. First to 21 with 2 clear points to win the set. We had one match yesterday that went something like 35-33. It was so tight. This match very evenly balanced as well. On they go. Holdren sets. Metzger comes forward at speed and puts that one right down onto the sideline. The mark being shown to the line judge. The Brazilians gesturing to the line judge and to Darryl Friesen. And a yellow card shown to the Brazilians. They need to be careful. And they continue to remonstrate with Darryl Friesen. Let's see. It looked good to me. Oh, that is tight. All it's got to do is clip the line.
Definitely touch the line for sure. I saw the line.
Friesen.
Everybody saw. I've given you time. Now it's time to play. It's finished. It doesn't matter. The ball touched the line. It doesn't matter the mark. Play now.
Friesen, to be fair, had the best view of everybody. He saw the line move, he saw the ball touch the line. The mark, inconclusive. That is close. Very, very tight. The Brazilians are unhappy. They need to settle now, forget about the incident, carry on trying to win this volleyball match. 13 points all, the Americans serve. Yeah, that was delivered to make a point by Marcio Araujo as he beckons to the crowd to lift their noise levels, to get behind the Brazilian pair, and they're responding favourably, as you would expect. Brazil lead by 14 points to 13, and they're serving now. That one shot straight into the net. It's a free point for the USA. Nothing to choose between these two pairs. Marcio Araujo disappointed with that service effort as they play another 7-point segment and change ends. And the Americans deep in conversation. Just 2 shots played by the Brazilians on that point. Wonderful change of pace. The Americans taken by surprise by the sudden spike from Benjamin. And it's 15-14 in favour of Brazil as Holdren takes time out to clean his sunglass lenses. 15-14 Brazil, and serving. Good serve. Holdren comes forward. Good recovery. And unlucky there. Marcio Araujo really covered the ground quickly to get to that ball. He got a finger on it, but not enough to send it back towards his partner's hands. They're level again at 15 all. It'll be Dax Holdren to serve. From California. Good beach volleyball again. The Brazilians have the advantage of the time, and they don't use all the time they had the option of using. Just 2 shots again. Good reflexes there from Dax Holdren. The simple ball played. 16-15. Locked in battle, these two pairs in this semi-final at the World Championships. Ricardo and Emmanuel already sitting pretty there in the final. Will they be joined by the other Brazilian pair or by Holdren and Metzger from the United States? Here's Holdren now, setting for Metzger. Metzger lifts it over with a cute lob at the net over the blocker to bring the Americans level again at 16 points each. Metzger breathing heavily, taking his time. Now he serves. Brazilians using all 3 hits this time, and the third one was a beauty from Benjamin. What a swing. And he pulls the trigger like that. That ball will not come back. It's 17-16. Benjamin Insfram, just known as Benjamin. Jump serve from him, but a slower ball. Holdren puts it off his wrist, and Holdren comes forward to finish the move for the USA. And the silence around the stadium tells you that that was an American point. Daxton Holdren, 6'3", 191 centimetres, 96 kilos. Very powerful player. Left-handed. Marcio Araujo coming forward, and he too getting plenty of power on that, but the Americans keep the point alive. They win the point despite the Brazilian claims that there was an infringement.
Hit his foot. It's an excellent play.
It came off the American foot. That's the judgment of the US. Oh, did it? No, it came off the sand. It came off the leg and then hit the sand, and the Brazilians are justified in their complaints this time. It was debatable last time. Quite right, they're pointing to the sand. The ball clearly came off the leg of the American player down onto the sand and then bounced back up. And the Americans lead. Discussions continue. Was there a net touch as well? The Brazilians Still arguing the toss with the first referee, but the match can now continue. Brazilians rightly feeling a little hard done by, and they've just lost their concentration. The Americans are looking more composed than their opponents. Brazilians angry with the fact that they feel they were robbed of a point. They need to eliminate those thoughts now. Must get this point, and they do. Marcio making absolutely 100% sure of that one, and exaggerating his celebrations. That was a clear message to his opponents and to the referee. Holdren and Metzger lead 19-18. 21 points required for the first set. The Brazilians taking plenty of time to settle. The whistle blows, play can continue. Here's Holdren setting for Metzger. Metzger tips it over the head of the blocker, and it's set point USA. Brazilian supporters are unhappy. Can Benjamin and Marcio save it? They can. For the moment, they've saved one set point with that instinctive shot from Benjamin. Despite the dive from Metzger, the Americans couldn't keep the point alive. Good play, good to mix it up and change it around like that. But the Americans will be receiving the serve. Gives them the slight advantage, still at set point. Holdren and Metzger lead 20-19. Here's the serve. Brazilians absolutely had to make that serve count. And there's the set. The opener goes to the American pair of Dax Holdren and Stein Metzger. Amid controversial scenes, I have to confess, I think the Americans were lucky, fortunate, because that ball clearly hit the sand. There was another controversial line call as well. The Brazilians have come off second best in this opening set. They need to now forget all about it and refocus on tying the match by winning the second set. Still obviously unhappy about the decisions that went against them. The Americans more relaxed, but the job is half done. They have to regroup, come out and do battle again. Not a single ace served in that first set. Statistics fairly even. Holdren and Metzger lead 1-0.
Baby, there's something about you that...
The noisy Brazilian crowd taking the chance to get away from the sunshine, seek shade outside of the court during the break at the end of the first set, with the Brazilians trailing by 1-0. It's a wonderful hot day with temperatures up in the 30s. Blisteringly hot. Players need to get plenty of fluid down them in the break at the end of the first set. And so do the Go-Go Girls. Wonderful atmosphere. The ultimate party sport, this one. Copacabana Beach hosting the World Championships, the last Olympics on Bondi Beach, legendary venues. And it should be pretty good in Athens next year as well. Everybody's dancing, lots of great music, but the important sport has to now take centre stage. Brazilians looking slightly impatient, wanting to get on with the match as they have to wait for the cheerleaders to make their way off the sand. And the giant flag unfurled for the second time. Can it inspire the Brazilians to draw level in this match? Looking for a place in the final. Ricardo and Emmanuel of Brazil already there. Here we go. Top of the second set. An infringement called.
It was a double, Stein. That is so strict. That
Stein,
is the way it's going
Metzger.
to be for both sides, I promise you.
Holding the ball there.
It's going to
Called
be the
a
same.
two touches,
Stein.
but it's not a volley, it's not a hit, it's a hold. And the FIVB have instructed the referees to get tough on that. So, first point to Brazil. Here's Metzger, here's Holdren. Point for the USA, they draw level. Having won the first set by 21 points to 19. Holdren just floating that ball towards the corner of the court. The Americans serve, high lofted ball again. Brazil coming forward. And they get a simple point. Good timing. Marcio Araujo with time to look at the position of his opponents before he played that winning shot. So no real drama as yet in this second set. Brazil lead by 2 points to 1. Benjamin to serve. Fast and furious the serve. The Americans out of position, but still with enough space and time to nail that point. Stein Metzger, 30 years of age, 6'3", 1m93. Slower ball on the serve. Brazilians looking for the space in the Americans' court, but the Americans have the advantage again here. Brazil tidy up, but can't finish it. And here comes Holdren in a good position to win the point, which he does comfortably. Metzger did well. Had his eye on the ball all the way as he ran across to keep the point alive. Good play by the American pair. Brazilians struggling slightly at the top of this second set. USA leading by 3 points to 2. One of the Brazilians out of position. Can they finish this? Well, that ball almost hit the meat of the net. If it had, it would have given the Americans the chance to carry on with the point, but as you can see here, it just clipped the underside of the net where there wasn't enough tension to bounce it back towards Dax Holdren. 3-all. Honours even again. Metzger over his head, Holdren shouting for it. Brazilians with plenty of chances to secure this point. They haven't done it yet. The Americans might do it themselves. It looks as if they will. Brazilians with 3 golden opportunities to finish off the point. But the Americans wouldn't give it up. Kept plugging away. Kept fighting for every ball. Wonderful play there from Dax Holdren. Metzger with a cheeky little tap off the back of his hand. And the point was theirs. Dax Holdren, with he and Stein Metzger leading by 4 points to 3, serves up the next play. And the Americans have picked it up again, and they float that one. The Brazilians are getting themselves tangled up. It's a poor start for Benjamin and Marcio Araujo, tying themselves in knots here. The Americans with the crucial 2-point advantage, and Benjamin's face says it all. On the other side of the court, celebrations underway. So the Brazilians call a timeout. There will be a technical timeout after 21 points have been played, but they decide that now is a good opportunity to talk to each other at the side of the court to try and come up with some sort of game plan to get by the Americans, to formulate some moves that the Americans might not be able to deal with. The referees chatting to the players. Metzger says no problem, whatever it was that they were requested was fine by him and Dax Holdren, and they've got that 2-point advantage. If they can hold it, then a place in the final against the other Brazilians, Ricardo and Emmanuel, is theirs. A long way to go though. Best of 3, the decider will be first to 15 if we go that far. What an extraordinary city this is. An unbelievable backdrop with those mountains. Down here, the focus of our attention is on the soft white sand of Copacabana Beach. You're watching coverage of the 2003 Beach Volleyball World Championships from the spiritual home of the sport, Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The Americans lead by a 7-0, serving at 5-3 in the second. Brazilian pair with a lot of work to do. Dax Holdren unable to react quickly enough to reach that ball, and the Brazilian wave goes around the stadium. Benjamin and Marcio Araujo desperately need this point to get level. Oh, but Metzger's gone for the snapshot. Can the Brazilians reply? The ball fired by Marcio Araujo straight into the net. That was the shot from Metzger that set up the point. USA 6, Brazil 4, second set. Metzger serves. Marcio Araujo climbing, but the block from Dax Holdren is timed to perfection. And they have a 3-point cushion now, 7-4. It's looking ominous for the Brazilians. Holdren and Metzger, this new partnership, proving to be the surprise of the tournament so far, only in their second major event, on the verge of making it into the World Championship final. Here's Benjamin, thumping that one down to the sand, delivered with a huge amount of force. Marcio Araujo waiting for the call. Now he serves. Here's Holdren in a good position. Holdren looking for the space, and that's what he finds. So sharp in that position. Holdren turning away. He knew that point was his, despite the efforts of Marcio Araujo lunging towards the ball at the back of the court. And Dax Holdren will serve. Yeah, nice touch across the angle from Marcio Araujo. Just off his clenched fingers. Change of ends. Holdren thought it was, he's so engrossed in the match, he thought it was a timeout. Just a change of ends. Technical timeout comes after 21 points have been played. The Americans leading by 8 points to 6. Brazil serving. Metzger looks for Holdren. Holdren comes forward and does what he does best. Finishes off the point. He's proving to be a real weapon for the American pair in this position. Just a little wipe off there, and Brazilians rooted to the spot. The Americans 3 points clear now. Marcio Araujo has been asked to tape up some illegal sponsorship on the back of his cap. Comes forward now, and that one's straight into the midriff of Metzger. Good set from Benjamin. Metzger just got his body in the way, but couldn't get enough on it to send it back into play. 9-7. USA leading. Here's Metzger. Simple. The easy ball is proving to be the winning ball for the Americans. Nothing complicated, nothing pretty. Just a good dig, a solid set, and a clever finish. So slightly clever than I thought. More clever than we may have imagined. Brazilians looking to get back into this match, just to establish a foothold, but with play like that from Metzger, they don't stand a chance. It's inspired from the American pair. They're on a roll. Good pick up there from Holdren, and once again the reverse backhand played by Stein Metzger. It's a shot he's used to good effect during this match. The Brazilians are yet to see it coming. Here's Benjamin. That one is on the line, but the Brazilians need to win the next 3 or 4 points to have any chance of keeping in this tournament. Benjamin handed the ball at the back of the court. The noise level's beginning to rise. Can that help lift the Brazilians out of this slump? The Americans lead 11-8. And a wasted serve from the Brazilian pair means that the USA, Dax Holdren and Stein Metzger, have a 4-point advantage, sitting pretty in this match. Metzger will serve. Marcio Araujo lifting it up for Benjamin, who thumps it down onto the sand. But is it too little too late? A rueful smile on the face of Dax Holdren as they come off court for the technical timeout. And Brazilians unhappy with the way the match has shaped up. These fans unhappy as well. If they do lose this match, these two, Brazilian fans will have to console themselves with the fact that there is one Brazilian pair already in the final. By default, Ricardo and Emanuel are through, because the Brazilian pair of Luis Meyer and João Brenner had to withdraw because of the injury suffered to the hamstring of Luis Meyer, and the sprinklers are going off around the court to keep everyone cool. 12-9 the score in favour of Holdren and Metzger. It's noisy, it's colourful, it's party atmosphere. Plenty of blue, plenty of yellow. One side blue, one side yellow. Maybe they're having a wet t-shirt competition as well. Rio de Janeiro hosting the World Beach Volleyball Championships. This is where it all began. But it's the first time the World Championships have been here in 16 years. The technical timeout is at an end. Are the chances of Benjamin and Marcio Araujo at an end? They've got serious work to do here. Marcio Araujo setting up for the serve. 12-9 the score. Jump serve, it's a good one. Holdren sets for Metzger. Metzger with time and space. Again, the easy ball. 13-9 the score. The Brazilian blocking has been generally ineffective during this match. Benjamin's the man they rely on to put in the good blocks, but he's been out of sorts at the net. Holdren serves again. Benjamin setting for Marcio Araujo, who cleverly floats it over the blocker. The gap is just 3 points now. Benjamin taking his time. Coming forward now with a jump serve. Here's Holdren. Metzger's on that far side again. There is a block, but the block lands out of court. It's another point to the USA. Great swing from Stein Metzger. Arched his back and really unleashed on that one. And he now has the chance to serve, the 30-year-old Californian. that ball land out? I think it did. And the woes continue for the Brazilians. A simple put away really for Benjamin in that position, but he was unfortunate in that the ball caught the top of the net, and rather than slowing it down, it seemed to increase or change the ball's direction. The Americans are romping away with this second set, 15-10. And the block's beginning to come good for the USA as well. They're 6 points clear. Wonderful work at the net from Dax Holdren. He guessed right, moved to his left, and met the ball with a fearsome block. 16-10, 5 points from a place in the final. The Brazilians being overwhelmed here by this show of force from the Americans, and another point goes their way. Is there an American hand on that? Darryl Friesen doesn't think so. (17-10), a miracle required by the Brazilians. That's 1 point they've scored with that spike from Benjamin. But the scoreline makes uncomfortable reading for the Brazilian players and their several thousand supporters in the stadium here this afternoon. Breathtaking. Marcio Araujo serving. The Americans are relaxed and composed and effective in that position. Holdren has played a masterful game at the net, and another sensational finish. Soft hands. 3 points from a place in the final. Another point for the Brazilians, but all the Americans have to do is just keep the ball in play, and victory is surely theirs. Metzger and Holdren proving to be a successful partnership at only the second attempt. 18-12 they lead. Here's Holdren, and he's done it again, this time into the far right-hand corner. So the silence is deafening around the court. The Americans are thrashing their opponents here. 19-12. Clever play from the Brazilian pair that time, but surely it's too late. A comeback from here would be pretty much unprecedented. Certainly in these championships. 13-19. Another point for the Brazilians. First ace of the match. Came at a great time to possibly give them a lift. Benjamin and Marcio Araujo scoring an ace. Metzger and Holdren both going for the ball. Right down the middle it went. 14-19. It's another good serve, but Holdren has control. Here's Metzger. And Metzger with great disguise on that shot. Brazilians thought he was going to their left. He just turned it around, and it's match point for the USA. Well disguised, beautifully put away. The Americans are on their way to the World Championship final. All they've got to do is just cross the T's and dot the I's now. And a wonderful block from Stein Metzger ensures that he and Dax Holdren are on their way to the World Championship final. They're guaranteed at least a silver medal now. It was a great block from Metzger that sealed the victory, and Benjamin and Marcio Araujo trudge off court to shake hands with the officials, but they will be bitterly disappointed, as will their legion of supporters here. Only one semi-final today. The other Brazilian pair on their way to the final by virtue of the retirement of the Portuguese pair, so there will be some interest for the host nation in the final, but they were desperate for an all-Brazilian final. And Ricardo and Emmanuel will have to raise their game if they're to get past Dax Holdren and Stein Metzger, the surprise package of this 2003 World Championships. They're in the final. That single ace coming in that second set from the Brazilians, but it was not enough to get them back into the match. A win for the Americans by 2-0. Stein Metzger put the winning shot down onto the sand, and they'll be filling their wallets and possibly going away with a gold medal. They will take some beating in tomorrow's final. It's on Eurosport tomorrow. Simon Golding will be guiding you through the men's final. Thank you for watching today. Bye for now.